Oops, pushed the wrong button. All right, watch your gauges there, or your black tank valve is open and you're draining. Don't leave your black tank unattended. It will truly be a crappy day. It does come with a water filter wrench right here. Basically slides on. Make it easy to unscrew. Water pump switch up here. It's working, just not turning. Must have the switch off inside. Okay, so city fill, tank fill normal, sanitize, winterize. All right, tank fill is going to use this inlet here from your hose, and it's going to fill from there. Normal is going to use your water pump, and it's going to pump from your freshwater tank. Sanitize, winterize is also going to pump from here, but it's going to pump into the coach from a gallon jug of antifreeze or however you use that. Then you have city fill, which city fill basically means you have pressure to the system and you're hooked up at a campground or your home, and it's filling or pressurizing your system from that. I'm going to turn it to normal so we're able to run a little bit of water inside. Your water pump is here as well. Nice large slide out on this. DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. Diesel exhaust fluid is something you need to use according to the FDA, just because it helps keep some of the emissions out of the air. It will run empty. There's a gauge on your dashboard to tell you how full or empty it is there. Right now you can see it's a little under full, but there is a gauge on the dashboard to tell you how low it is. If you run it empty, it will put your coach into a limp mode, which is about 15 to 20 miles an hour, and that will only go for about 10 miles that long. This is your hydraulic pump. There is a, not that you can see it very well, but there is a reservoir in the back there. I can see it in real life. I can't see it in my phone. But check it when it's up. The jacks are up, not when they're down. You check them when they're down. It's always going to look empty, and you're going to overfill it. Behind that, we have 110 power. This is your 50 amp cord with a 30 amp adapter attached to it already. Transfer switch and inverter. I don't see any battery disconnects in here, so that's good. Then you have a cable inlet here as well. So if you have cable at the campground you're at, you can at least hook up to their cable and, watch cable on the TVs inside. Most of the stuff is stuff I'm not going to teach you about on the video. It's something you can definitely look into on your manuals. Behind that, we have chassis battery. 2 chassis batteries with a battery disconnect on it. We want a battery disconnect on this. So if you're storing it and you're not plugged in, turn off your battery disconnect, even if it's going to be a week or two. There's always a small draw on them. Just turn the batteries off, or else you're going to be dealing with a dead coach. Behind the coach, you have your engine compartment here. Seems it is a pusher. Up there, you're going to have engine oil fill. Oh, that one's the dipstick and fill. Oh, it's just a fill. Engine oil fill. Where is your dipstick on this one? Way over here. And then you have your power steering fluid, air filter, stuff like that. It's pretty simple. Not a whole lot you're going to actually be doing yourself. A 4 or 7-way plug for a towing capacity for a trailer. And what does this have for towing capacity? Come on, focus. Come on, focus. So weight distributions, 5,000 pounds. Weight carrying, 5,000 pounds. And then dinghy towing. All right, that's a different question. 5,000 pounds. Tongue weight's 500, 500, and 100. So dinghy towing is going to be your car that's behind it. Kind of like a boat. Who would have figured? All right, ladder on this one. Normally I tell people it's about 250 pounds capacity. This one's closer to 200. Mostly because it is removable. Take the pins out here, then unclip it from up there. It's not a super strong ladder. 200 pounds, I think, is going to be what you're maxing out on this one. But it's not a bad ladder. Rear view camera up here, it can be adjusted. You'll just have to go up there and manually do it. I think it's a 6mm screw, hex screw. LED lights everywhere. A little bit of storage compartment, a little bit of storage. A little more slide out controller. A little bit. And then house batteries. You have 4 of them. There's 6 volts. They're deep cycle. They are flooded batteries. So what that means is you'll have to take these tops off it and you'll have to make sure there's water in them all the time. I would check them once or twice. At least twice a year. If not more, depending on how much you use it and how often it's plugged in. You definitely want charge on your batteries when it's winter time if you're storing it. There's another battery disconnect in here, so you can actually turn off the batteries to the house if it's storing for a long period of time or even a short period of time. It doesn't really matter. As long as the battery disconnects off, it's not draining battery then. You get a whole bunch of other little breakers in here. Nothing too exciting. And then a tank or a compartment just for your wet bay. You can see how much water is in it now. That's just your freshwater tank. And then they don't really want you doing a whole lot here, so they kind of block it all off. Furnace. This is forced air furnace. It says it's hot, so basically don't touch it. It will get hot. Outside TV. Remote's out here already. Nice compartment for that. Really like a little bit of TV. It's nice Samsung. Cool lights on the Forest River emblem. Entry door. And then you have 2 slide outs on this side. Bed and then dining room. And then a little more storage. This is the other side of the double door. See across. And then you can see another quick connect there. That is actually for a grill. So you can connect to that for an outside grill so you don't have to carry around an extra propane tank with you. So that's kind of cool to have. You don't need a regulator on the hose you have because it's already regulated at the propane tank. And then a way to send it through the floor as well as power cord. Extra tiles. Don't lose those, and if you really use them, there is a code on the box where you can keep it, so in case you damage any tiles in there, you can replace them. A little bit of light. Another fuel fill. Diesel only. Then another small storage compartment. It's actually decent size. Those are going to be with key only to lock them. All right. Let's head back to the door. Steps are powered. They're run by the screen door, not the main door. They will run it out every time you open and close your door. Unless Right inside the door, there is an entry step switch here. Push that, turns blue, and now the steps will stay out. Nice thing about that is even if you forget to turn that off, you turn on, you hit the ignition on the engine, and they will automatically go in as long as the door is closed. So it is a bypass for that, a little bit of a safety feature. So you're not driving around with the steps out, because that could be disastrous. Go inside just a little bit before I start my other video, just to show you some other features. So to run the awning, you have to turn it on and off. And then power awning extend. Push and hold it for a second. You'll start hearing it move. And it rolls out. Kind of a cool little feature there. I do like these awnings. Let's see here. Almost. All right, one of the big questions I get, are these arms supposed to be straight? No, they're supposed to be bent. That's how they keep their rigidity. If you look inside the door here, you're going to see a few light switches, cargo lights. That just turned off all the cargo lights underneath. You don't have to roll around and individually turn everything off. Aisle lights are going to be like that one there. Kitchen ceiling, just inside. Living room lights, again, just inside. Exterior lights, that one's a goofy one. Reason why I say it's a little goofy, because I push it, let's turn them off. Push it once, it turns on that light there. Push it twice, it turns on that light there. Push it 3 times, it turns off that light, but leaves that light on. Push it again, turns them all off. So it's just a little goofy. Just a little bit. All right, right inside the door as well, we also have just a house disconnect. So battery disconnect altogether. It kills all the power to the coach again. A lot of ways to turn off power to the coach. This one's pretty good. I would use the ones by the batteries the most. So basically, rely on the ones at the batteries. This one's good for short term. The other ones are going to be better for long term. Turn all the lights back on. Push and hold. Turns everything back on. All right, I'm going to stop the video now, and I'm going to work on closing the awning and everything there. And then I'll start the next video. I'll see you shortly.